Of all the leaders gathered here in Brussels, it is the British Prime Minister who is leading the calls for the EU to spend less. And the reason for him is quite simple.
Clearly, at a time when we're making difficult decisions at home over public spending, it would be quite wrong, it is quite wrong, for there to be proposals for this increased extra spending in the EU. Good morning. Good morning.
Ahead of the main summit, Mr Cameron met Council President Herman Van Rompuy and Commission President José Manuel Barroso. Cameron's stated aim is to secure a real terms freeze on EU spending. After their 35-minute encounter, Cameron's team said it is clear that there is a long way to go before we can have a deal. The British, though, are not alone. Sweden, Germany and the Netherlands share the UK's concerns.
Germany will be a constructive partner in these negotiations, but we will also defend our own interests. In times of austerity in the whole of Europe, we will have to be mindful that expenditure is not too high.
But there are misgivings about the British stance.
My idea is that you have to keep your loaded gun in your pocket. Once you put it on the table, you are putting so much pressure on the negotiations that they don't lead anywhere.
Essentially, Europe is split between the haves and the have-nots. The net contributors, such as the UK, Germany and Sweden, are pitted against the poorer member states, many in Eastern Europe, who rely on EU cash. Securing the unanimous vote required to pass this budget looks a hard ask. There is a real prospect that there will be no agreement at all out of this summit. As one diplomatic source told me, this is a lose-lose situation for many of these heads of state. And even if agreement is reached, nobody will leave here happy. Even a compromise draft last week, cutting $100 billion from the original budget plan, satisfied no one. The smiles here are thin. The next 2 days will see diplomacy stretched to the limit. Paul Brennan, Al Jazeera, Brussels.